Okay, so the system ended with that Man United victory last night against Liverpool. The system ended because my system has been accurate for as long as I've watched them. And I haven't been watching Man United for long. I returned to watching United when Ronaldo came back. And I became sort of beguiled by Harry Maguire. And it'd be, this team's going to get... I don't understand how they're not getting hammered. And then suddenly everyone started punishing them. And I'm watching this team, I'm saying, look, these guys are terrible. And I put it out last year, before they got beat off Watford. I'm like, right, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Shaw, if any two of them three play, if the price is good, I always back United to get beaten. Put it on, put the bet on. And it was proven true every time. I followed the rule myself, always won. Sometimes if United were playing against a side that the price wasn't actually that good for putting a bet on, though, wouldn't have it. But it means you're going to win against, you're going to get winnings against all the lesser teams. It's like 5-1 sometimes. You'd even get like 6 and 7-1. Or they've no chance to beat United. It's like, do you want to bet? It's like if any two of these guys plays, they're going to get beat. Sometimes they get away with it when they were just playing Maguire and Shaw decided they were having the rest of the season off. Just Maguire, it's sketchy, but two of them, they always get beaten. So, first two games of the season, before the season starts, I go to a family, sort of a wake, sort of a funeral. I'm telling them all, they're all football fans, and I'm like, telling them my system. I'm like, whenever United select Shaw and Maguire in the same team, regardless of who they play, you should get a bet on United to get beaten. And they said, what? I said, yeah, they've not won together. They've not won in the same team for a year. Really? Yeah. Terrible. The liabilities. It's like every team United play against have a good plan for how to beat United, and it's always to exploit the weaknesses of those players. Always. It's like if I see it, so does the pros. The professional scouts are onto this, and so are the players. So it's like the first one they were really able to take the piss out of was Wan-Bissaka, and I think they always knew how to take the piss out of him. Bad discipline, easy to track to the ball, and Maguire's got the same fault, but Maguire's got all kinds of faults, and then you've got it where now he second guesses his own game, and it's almost like he's detached from the match he's playing in. Maguire, he's a liability, an absolute lump. And it'd be, right, John, what would happen if the system was to cease to exist? Well, who knows? I don't know what United would look like if they didn't keep playing players that gave the game away. I don't know what they're capable of, but I do know a couple of things. There's a couple of things I've noticed that you're not seeing, you United fans out there, because you've been watching too much of this crap they play now. And I've been out of it for like 8-9 years. It's like, that way you want to play messing around with ball at back, it's too high risk. Nobody plays like that, seriously. It's like, that's why you're being exploited. You don't have to choose to play against that. And if your goalkeeper can't kick, you should have him kick it. And I'm sorry to tell you, United fans, but that Scott McTominay is really powerful. He's like a quick conversion of Michael Ballack. You what? Yeah, you'd be amazed what he's like when he's facing the right fucking way. When he's not receiving the ball facing his own goal, I think you'll find that he's a completely different... a totally different kettle of fish, and he's probably one of the best players in Europe. And they're like, you off your head. That's the reason why every United manager's kept him and they won't sell him. Excuse me? Yeah, because everyone knows he's brilliant. Everyone knows he's a problem. Everyone's actually frightened of him. What? Yeah. but he's been asked to play in positions where he ain't comfortable. But if you have him facing his opponents as a second ball winner in midfield, he'll look like Patrick Vieira. He'll look like Vieira and Ballack, and it's like you score your 10 goals a season as well. What? Yeah. Knock him all over the place for you if he's facing it right way. So you see it last night, they take the two liabilities out of the team and then they tell the goalkeeper, look, do what you're comfortable with. And let's be a bit more aggressive than we've been, shall we, lads? Let's stay in the game. And you see, without Maguire and Shaw on the pitch, how the team's head wouldn't go down. Just wouldn't go down. They looked like they were full of confidence right from the start. And they fancied it. And none of them lost that enthusiasm through the whole game. It was as if magic had happened. And all they had to do was kill the system. All they had to do is what I'd have done with the same players available, right? I'm not saying I'm a football genius. I'm saying if it's there to be seen, I'll see it, and I reckon everyone else has. I'll tell you something that struck me hard in the first 15 minutes of that game. Without Maguire, Liverpool looked lost. Without Shaw, Liverpool looked lost. Their only plan to come to United was that, well, they're playing Maguire and Shaw back, we'll just exploit all the space. And without Maguire, Liverpool had no game plan. It's like they looked lost to start with. They had no forward momentum. And we're expecting to fight against a demoralised United. Why are United on the field demoralised? Because they know they've got them fucking pricks at the back who are just waiting, a calamity waiting to happen behind them. And it's become so obvious that their opponents target certain members of the side facing the wrong way, get a panic out of them, break it down, and the goals United concede are a disgrace to football practically. A disgrace to all football in practicality. And it's like you've got guys at the back who do not know how to defend properly. What you saw from United last night was 4 defenders defending, taking responsibility for the territory and marking, sticking to it, staying together and defending properly. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. Defending properly, committed, and they were brilliant, weren't they? They looked great at the back, United. They looked assured because you knew that none of those guys were going to give a stupid mistake away. Might give a free kick away or two, but they're not going to be fucking giving goals away. And that's what you're used to. That's what I've been watching at United. Watching them most of last season. My jaw dropping to the ground at how ridiculous the goals are they give away. See, anything can happen now. What? Yeah. With no way of knowing how good that side was that Solskjaer had assembled. Yeah. So without those like guaranteed 4 and 5 mistakes a match that will cost you more or less every game and dishearten your own team, damage your own morale on the field, have your own players' heads going down when you're giving the fucking game away and it's the hardest game in the world. That deflation on the pitch, removed from it. Get the fucking mistake-ridden liabilities out of the side. Get the fucking out of the club. I'd hope to see Maguire and Shaw sold by the end of the week. See that last night, you know, as well, right? That Rashford, without them 2 dicks, I mean, Rashford, big girl as far as I'm concerned, but tell you what, he played better last night than I've ever seen him play, and I've not seen a great deal of him, but the guy I've seen play has always been a sulking dickhead who refuses to take people on. Doesn't usually get involved in game. And it's like, how well did he play last night with a bit of enthusiasm and a bit of confidence? Didn't take much to get him going, did it? At the end of the day, he decided to start playing. It's like, how dejected on the field do those players get when someone drops a bollock at the back and you're always fucking losing because of self-inflicted wounds? It must be devastating for the players you're on the pitch with. Your confidence in a football team comes from your central defenders. Because if they just fuck up and give the ball away, give the game away, a goalkeeper drops him back at net, what is the point of all the work? Why? Why are we here? United had half a season without their forwards really getting on the ball out of them, because they'd lose possession before the ball got near them. Excited to see that, weren't it, last night? I quite enjoyed it. I was surprised. But then again, as soon as Maguire and Shaw's names were not on the team sheet, it's like, well, how good is that Malaysia? Is he worse than Shaw? It's like, no, turns out he's a good one. Turns out that he's brave. Aggressive. Oh yeah, that'll do.